Dear viewers, welcome back to the show DEEN and DUNYA. And the topic is, who do we look up to? We've been trying to look at the issues and inshallah we'll try to find solutions to them. So like I mentioned, people don't see beyond the persona and the talent. And you know, like they say, the young people are always in a hurry. So if they sometimes they compare their lives with the lives of those people, and whenever they feel like I'm not getting there, they become depressed. So this comparison now will not make you have focus. And you know, they'll say depression is common. People will be like, what is the purpose of my life? I cannot be any good. I am worthless and all that. So how can our youth be able to pick up when they have a pitfall?
Sincerely, it's difficult because life is not easy. Allah has created us to be in continuous struggle.
Yeah.
So if we follow social media so much, and people come to social media a lot of times to celebrate their successes, what, like you said, the work that went into getting that success is not play, is not joke, you know. So if somebody sees that and say, I want to be like that, there's just no way to, if that mindset is not corrected, you will not be like that without doing what it took to be like that. So I would say that the thing is, the world, the fundamentals of the world has not changed. You have to work to get results.
Yeah.
It has not changed. So I cannot sit here and think there is a way to fast track, or there's a tricky, or there's a
like a magic wand,
or there's a shortcut, there's an app for that. There's no app for that. There is work for that. So at the base of it is to keep encouraging ourselves. But you know, the beautiful thing I learned very early is that the destination is not the big deal. It's the travel that is the issue.
Yeah.
So if you are doing something, it's not so much of who you be down the line, but who you are as you are traveling. So I want to be, for example, I noticed it as I was building business, so to say. I realized that immediately you start building business, even though you want to make *1 million naira, for example, you start enjoying where you made 5,000 naira, 7,000 naira. Oh, I'm now at 100,000 naira. You start enjoying the journey. So if you want to be like somebody that is up there, enjoy what it is. Only Allah determines the result.
Yeah.
But to some extent, you have control of the effort. So enjoy the efforts.
Who knows? Maybe you might even be better than the role.
You might even overtake the role model. Enjoy the effort. So if you know you are trying to enjoy whatever you're doing, it will make your journey easier. Because you're traveling, you are trying to memorize the Quran, for example. But you listen to Rahman, you are like, how can it? Rahman, it was not last week Rahman started. It was not a last week matter. So if you just Juzul Amma, you can memorize and enjoy. Start enjoying your Juzul Amma.
Take the way.
And take the way and enjoy the way. Don't get depressed by, I'm not yet, I'm not, you hear a kira somewhere, and you start feeling, no.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, you get there, enjoy the journey. Haste does not get you anywhere.
I actually tell the kids around me, kids I tutor and mentor, I tell them that it's eyes on the prize. Hard work always pays off, because I learned certain things too. When we're having sessions, we're talking about certain things. Like we talked about this role models. It's one of the things we do when we sit at a group. They tell me that they want to write a book like me. I was like, do you know how long it took me to write a book? Somebody bought the book the following week. And tell me I'm done. No. It's a process. I used 2 years of my life, 2 to 3 years of my life to write it. And before I even launched it, it took another year. It almost like I was not going to do it. But then, you always know that when the challenge comes, you learn to persevere, you thrive against all odds and all that.
Honestly, that mentality must not be lost. There's no two way about building the process.
But another thing I wanted to talk about is the way some of us are not engaging with social media. Like part of what I do is always a problem for me, because I am not a social media person, to be honest. Sometimes it becomes hard to even keep up with the work we do, running an NGO and all that. People say, we don't see the work you do and all that. But me, like going through the Quranic settings and all that, we should always try to streamline our life to faith. I always try to, as a Muslim girl, how would I identify, how would it reflect to me as a wife, all those things. I consider all those things. So normally before I do anything, I just say, the religion does not even like you posting about what you do and all that if you're doing it. But it comes with times, just to say this is a computer age, you know, things work. But I always find it difficult to identify or to know what is happening in the eating and all that. Then sometimes you become as if you're not into the, then when you talk, people are not like, are you in this world? Seriously, because you're not into the social media, or you don't share, you don't comment and all that. So
I think you need
there's
to
some
make
people
a
that
balance.
cannot identify with that, even to open their emails and all, but they're good on their own, they're impeccable at what they do. If you know the potential they have, you'll be amused.
No.
But somehow you don't hear them, or they're left behind, or you don't even notice
I
them.
think another thing that people will have to understand is having a role model or someone you're looking up to is not only about the positivities or success. It is also about maybe someone that has overcome a difficult situation. How do you rise also to overcome that? So dear viewers, it's still the show DEEN and DUNYA, and the topic is, who do we look up to? Now I'd like to ask Engineer to give us one advice about how to balance our lives, about how to choose mentors and role models.
Well, I think really mentors are very important. Mentors and role models are very important. Role models can be everywhere. You can see this person and generally like this and like that about the person, and then you strive to be like the person. But you need mentors that will be accessible in what you do. But below that, you know, you have role models that you can look up to. You have mentors that you can try to access locally or digitally, either in one way or the other. But before that is for you to discover yourself.
Self-awareness.
Because if you don't know who you are or who you want to be or what you want to do, in fact, sometimes I tell that you should ask yourself what you want to do before even who you want to be. What do you want to be? What is it that you want to be doing as a person? So that comes first. When you discover, when you are able to keep an eye on that, with time you might find it. It might take time, but it's an interesting and a very useful and important journey. If you do that, you'll be able to know the kind of mentors you're looking for and the kind of role models you are just like, I like the way this person talks, I like the way this person writes and everything. But I think it's a rewarding journey. Discover yourself, look for mentors, look for role models, and inshallah things will happen faster than you think, inshallah.
Yeah. That's a lovely advice. For me, I'm going to say sometimes we only focus on the outcome. I like to tell you that you should also focus on having a powerful intention, because your authenticity is going to come naturally. And we should know that good things happen to us when we go outside of our comfort zone and we leap into the unknown. Dear viewers, it's still the show DEEN and DUNYA. Thank you very much for our guests for honoring our invitation. Jazakumullahu khair. So stay tuned for our different topics, different episodes. Inshallah, we'll try to find solutions to them. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.